Guess I'm gonna play for you. Once you listen though, what would you do if America was invaded by another country? I'm gonna play it for you in a minute, but I gotta say something. For you, all you left far wing liberals and you communist black people, you don't know. You think you know what you know, but you don't know because you brainwashed. But you invaded by another country. All these other countries are dictatorship countries, are communism countries. Don't believe in your freedom. Don't believe in our freedom. They will take it away from you. They will kill you. They will murder you. You don't listen. Bone plated for you. But me, I'm staying fighting. Just like this man just said. I'm staying. I'm fighting. You, whatever. You be a slave. I'm gonna play this for you. Oh yeah, one more thing. That's why the Second Amendment is so important. Quit letting these Democrats, any progressive, any far left, tell you anything different or try to take it away from you. My bad. Here we go though.
Unbelievable poll numbers that came out from Quinnipiac dealing with how Americans would respond in the event that we were invaded as Ukraine has been invaded. And I tweeted about this. I saw you tweet about it too, Buck, but I bet a lot of our audience has not heard this. So, what percentage, again, this is a Ukraine like situation in the United States, what percentage of a Democrat would stay and fight versus the percentage that would leave the country if we were invaded like Ukraine is being invaded? Just 40% of Democrats said they would stay and fight. 52% said they would leave the country. That compared with 68% of Republicans who said they would stay and fight, 25% who said they would leave the country. Independents, 57% said they would stay and fight, 36% said they would leave the country. So the idea out there, and by the way, for women, 40% of American women said they would stay and fight, 70% of men. So there is, not surprisingly, a male versus female difference in whether people would leave. As you are seeing in Ukraine, many women and children are leaving the country. So this is alarming in many ways as you break down the overall data. But what's even more alarming than this data, Buck, is age ranges. The younger you are, 18 to 34-year-olds, which are typically the foundation of any military force, only 45% of 18 to 34-year-olds would stay and fight versus 48% who said they would leave the country. Now, substantial majorities of 35 to 49-year-olds, of 50 to 64-year-olds said they would stay and fight. Even senior citizens were more likely to stay and fight than 18 to 34-year-olds. This confirms, I think, what many of us would believe, which is the younger and more liberal you are, the less you're willing to fight for America. But it's still pretty staggering to see these numbers actually out in the public arena here. And again, remember, it's if we're invaded. This is not what you go overseas and fight. This is if someone came to our shores, the majority of Democrats would flee the country.
Wait a minute, Clay. You're talking about a majority of Democrat commies who double masked at home while watching MSNBC and CNN and rage tweeting about how racist the country is all the time.
Yes.
They wouldn't stay and fight. They actually are cowards when pushed on the issue of whether they would defend their hometown, their homeland. I mean, just juxtapose it, because obviously we have a lot of people who have fought in multiple 30s right now. There are people out there who feel very differently. We meant to play this yesterday. This was 27-year-old mixed martial artist and UFC fighter Bryce Mitchell on how he feels. He was asked about Ukraine, and this answer went viral.
Just wanted to get your thoughts on the whole Russia and Ukraine situation.
Here's my first thought is I'm not going nowhere to fight none of these wars for these politicians. I'm staying at home, and when the war comes to Arkansas, I will dig my boots in the ground, and I will die for everything I love, and I will not retreat. If this country's invaded and everybody's saying, well, we got to evacuate, we got to leave, I will not. I will dig my boots in the Arkansas soil, and I will fight for the people that I love, for the land that I love, and the way of life that I love. But I'm not going overseas to fight. I don't know what's going on, to be honest, brother. I really don't. There's so much stuff, and I don't think nobody knows what's going on fully.
Now, there are two levels here. We can get into the going to Ukraine or not issue.
Real life don't work, he said. My way of life. Let me tell you my way of life. Freedom. Constitutional rights. Religious rights. Yeah. That's basically what we need. That's basically what we fought for and died for. Our ancestors. Freedom. Constitutional rights. If we get invaded and you leave, you shouldn't even come back. You should stay where you at. Because where you gonna go? Almost all these countries do not have constitutional rights like us. All these countries going to the far left. So where you gonna go? Over there to the Middle East with no women's rights? Over there to one of the European countries when they're taking away constitutional rights? Where you gonna go? Where are you gonna go? See, we have ups and downs, racism, right? But don't think China racist? You don't think the other countries racist? You don't think they are? Yes, they are. You just don't see theirs like you see ours. But they put theirs, like theirs up in their homes, put them on fire, dictatorship, rule them over, put them against each other, family against family. Well, the family against family over here, but they do it a different way. They do it in a way that, it's horrible. If you don't tell the state gonna take care of you. If you don't tell your family, the state gonna take care of you and your family. You better realize what you have right here and quit playing around. And quit voting for these Democrats and these Democrat Republicans. And whoever will tell you want to take away your constitutional rights, well, gun control, no. Forget all that. Forget all that. Because know what? You had no guns. Know where you are? That's a sitting duck, like they say, right? Well, you might well say you a slave again, like your ancestors. Quit trying to make these people put you as a slave, and quit. Well, you don't have to like that flag or not. You don't have to. Where you gonna go? What you gonna do? This is the last one. I've been telling you this before. This is the last of the free. And Joe Biden and Democrats are not with us. And some of the Republicans are not with us. This is the last. So you want to be a communist? Go ahead. Go ahead. You want to be a far left Marxist, black Marxist, or whatever? Go ahead and see how far that gets you. And read your history and see how far that gets you. And read your history and understand what rights you gonna have. None. Pay attention. What's going on? and wake the freaking up right now. The battle is here. The war is here. Spiritual war, land war, mental war, physical war, all that is here right now. What you gonna do? For real. They're not playing. They trying to reset this whole world. They're trying to take us out. They want a totalitarian world. One world order. The United States is in the way. And this man in office is with them. And you are too. Is you a Democrat Marxist? Is you a far left Marxist? Is you a black Marxist? Is you a black communist? Are you a white one, Mexican one, Asian one, whatever? You're with the enemy. You're not with freedom. You're not with them. You're not with us. You're not with our ancestors. You're not with them.